If your neighbor's home sold in just a weekend or two back in 2021 and you're wondering why houses are sitting on the market longer now, or maybe you're considering selling your house soon and you don't want it to sit on the market for a long time, then this video is for you. I'm Angie Kuzma with the Stratton Real Estate Group, a large real estate team here in Tucson, Arizona, and today's market is changing a little bit. We help homeowners sell their home in shifting markets, and right now the Tucson real estate market has definitely changed. The problem isn't that buyers have disappeared, but that sellers are still using strategies back from 2021 trying to sell their house right now, and that doesn't work. Today I'm going to be breaking down why homes that used to sell quickly are now sitting, some of the biggest mistakes that Tucson home sellers are making, and exactly how to sell your home for top dollar right now, even with more competition and less buyers. Let's talk about what has actually changed, because headlines don't tell the full story. Interest rates have definitely changed buyer psychology. So the thought is, are interest rates really high right now? They're really not. Historically, an average interest rate is approximately 6%, and right now we're in the mid to high sixes. If you look back to 2021, interest rates were more around 3%. So a lot of buyers right now are thinking, oh my gosh, I shouldn't buy because interest rates are so much higher. However, they really are about average right now. This increase in interest rates is causing a lot of buyers to run off of emotion and possibly postpone purchasing a home rather than looking at the big picture and all the benefits that come with being a homeowner. Another change in the real estate market is the inventory. That means the number of homes that are currently on the market. So back in 2021, there were not as many homes on the market, so buyers weren't able to be very picky. They had a small number of homes to choose from, and they chose a home pretty quickly. Whereas now, buyers are still buying, but they are able to be more picky because there's a lot more homes on the market. Inventory has increased, meaning there's a lot more homes for buyers to choose from. So they do get to be picky. In 2021, a lot of buyers were willing to overlook things like maybe some deferred maintenance or some outdating in homes. Make sure that you stay tuned for later in the video, because we're going to talk about what kind of things you can do as a seller to make sure that your home doesn't get overlooked and stands out from the competition in today's market. Homes are being compared more by buyers online versus going into the home. So this is causing sellers to have less showings on their homes. This doesn't mean that your home isn't going to sell. It just shows us that the market has shifted and more people are looking online and not going into the home to look in person. Another shift in the market that we're seeing is that the number of days that a house sits on the market has definitely increased. That's important because we know historically that when a home sits on the market longer, then that means that the seller often has to do a price reduction, and then they end up netting less money. In 2021, homes in Tucson were selling quickly because the inventory was low and buyers didn't want to miss out on a good home. In today's market, buyers are being much more cautious, they have more homes to choose from, and they're starting to negotiate more and more. That means that pricing, the condition of the home, and marketing the home matter immediately as soon as you put the house on the market, not later down the road. So some sellers think, okay, I could put my house on the market. If it doesn't sell, then I could do a little bit of updating or a few repairs. And that's not a strategy that works right now in today's market. Now let's talk about why homes are sitting in the Tucson real estate market. The number one reason why Tucson homes are not selling right now is that some sellers are wanting to price based on yesterday's market, which means old comparable homes. In the past, we could look at what homes sold for, but currently we need to look at what homes we're competing against. We need to look at active competition in order to make sure that your home stands out from the other homes that you're competing against. Buyers don't care about what homes sold for in the past, they care about what the homes are selling for currently and what the current condition is. Instead of basing a list price on what has closed in the past, we want to look at the competition, think about how you can stand out from the competition, and that usually means price of the home and condition of the home. So those are two of the factors that we really want to focus on if you're considering putting your house on the market today, or maybe it's on the market right now and it hasn't sold yet. The second reason homes aren't selling right now is that a lot of sellers have a it'll sell eventually type of mentality. That mindset worked before, but it doesn't work right now. So things like having deferred maintenance on the house, poor presentation of the home, and skipping prep work will really make your house sit right now. Reason number three is that some sellers don't have a price adjustment strategy. So if nothing happens after 2 weeks and you don't have an offer on your home, then the market has spoken. The first 14 days that a house is on the market really matters the most. And if there's silence, then that really is feedback from buyers. If they're not getting into the home and they're not choosing your home to make an offer on, they're telling you that the house is overpriced. So if you list with our team, what we do after 14 days, if we don't have an offer, is we look at the activity that we've gotten with our marketing. So how many views have you gotten online? How many views have you gotten through our meta ads? What the results of our Google advertising is. And if we're getting a lot of views online, but we're not getting people in the door, then that means it's a pricing strategy. However, if we're not getting a lot of views online or people in the door, then that means that we need to change something up when we're marketing your home. The fourth reason why homes aren't selling is because sellers are chasing the market. That means that they're overpricing at the beginning, and then they're thinking, okay, if a house doesn't sell, then we can reduce the price later. And then they don't end up catching up with the actual current market value. This means that they've missed their biggest opportunity of appealing to the correct pool of buyers. A fifth reason that some homes aren't selling is that the seller chooses an agent that just lists the home and that's all. Putting a home on MLS is not a strategy. You need an agent that is honest with you and really helps you strive to make the house look as good as possible from the very beginning. So some of the ways that agents do this, such as ourselves, is using a professional photographer to make sure that when a house goes on the market, it looks its best from the very beginning. The next piece is digital marketing. So you want to make sure that you list with an agent that is actually marketing the home. So think of Google ads, meta ads, things like that that are going to increase the number of eyes that get on your home. Some agents tell sellers that they market through social media, but that really is just because they post the home on their personal page or maybe their business page. What we do is take it to the next level. So we do targeted paid meta ads in order to attract the highest number of buyers to your home. The ads that we do are specific to each property that we list. So if you're interested in what we would do to market your specific home, our contact information is below. So reach out, schedule a free consultation with us, and we can tell you the exact strategy we would use for you. The sixth reason that some homes aren't selling is because sellers are pricing emotionally. So buyers don't care what you paid for the home. Buyers don't care how much you put into the home, and buyers don't care about how much money you want to walk away with. They care just about how much they're paying and what exactly they get for that price. Now let's talk about what's actually working, because a lot of homes really are still selling in today's market. Here's the recipe for a winning strategy. Correct pricing from day one, strong first week exposure, data-driven adjustments, and pro-level prep and positioning. So when you prep your house really well from the beginning, you price right on day one, we get the highest number of views on it as possible, and if we need to, then we make data-driven adjustments. Here at the Stratton Group, we really focus the first 14 days of getting your house on the market like it's a product launch, because that's when the most buyers are watching. We always say that as your listing agent, our job is to get your home exposed to the highest number of buyers as quickly as possible. And really focusing on these first 14 days is how we do that. So now let's break down some FAQs that a lot of sellers are asking in today's market. So the first one is it a bad time to sell my home in Tucson? The answer is no. However, it is a bad time to overprice a home in Tucson. The next is, what if my home didn't sell before? Most expired listings fail because of either strategy or overpricing the home, not because of the home itself. One of my favorite things to do as a listing agent is to list a home that was expired, it didn't sell before, and then we list the home and we sell it because of our pricing strategies and our marketing. Another question is, how long should it take to get my home to sell right now? If a home is priced and positioned correctly, then activity should happen fast and we should get your home sold in about 30 days. Another question is, do I need to do repairs prior to listing my home? And that one really is something that we would need to come out and look at the home and be able to give you our best professional opinion, because again, we do want the house to look as good as humanly possible at the very beginning. The Tucson market hasn't stopped, it's just shifted. So if you're wanting to sell your home, we would love to provide a free consultation, show you exactly our strategies that we'll use to price your home correctly, to market your home correctly and get it sold, and allow you to net the most amount of money possible. So if you want to sell your home confidently and avoid the mistakes that a lot of sellers make that causes their home to sit, then we're here to help. Today's market rewards sellers who act early and price smart. So if you're looking to sell your home, please reach out to us. We would love to help you. And if you found value in this video, then like it, subscribe it, and stay tuned for more future videos about what we do to sell homes quickly in the Tucson market.